Hello students, myself Lubna Nas, Assistant Professor in Commerce, Government First Grade College, Barkapur. Okay, this video is continuation of the first one, which is on marketing channels and sales promotion. Already in the last video, we have discussed the starting 5 session and the next session, that is 45, session 6, 46 and 47 will be discussed in this video. So let us start. First one is the factors affecting channels of distribution. Okay, what are the factors which affects the selection of distribution channels? For different products, different type of channels we have to select. There are some factors that we have to consider before selecting the distribution channels. Okay, these factors are categorized in the four categories. First one is your product factors, second one is market related factors, third one is company specific factors, then fourth one is channel related factors. Okay, let us discuss one by one in detail. First one is here the factors related to market. The following are the market related factors. These market related factors are customers, competitors, existing channels of distribution. Customers plays a very important role while selecting the distribution channel. Which type of customer, which type of product they are going to purchase. On that basis, the marketer has to select the distribution channel. The second one is your competition. For the similar product, what the competitors are doing, which type of channel of distribution is selected by the competitor, that also affect the selection of distribution channel. The third one is the existing channels of distribution. What are the existing channels for the same product in the market? That also affect the selection of distribution channels. Okay, these are the factors which is related to the market. Next one is product related factors. The following are the factors related to the product which should be considered for selecting the distribution channels. Okay, first of all is your perishability. The perishability of the product. Which type of the product it is, whether it is a highly perishable or non-perishable goods. For highly perishable goods or perishable goods, very smaller or shorter type of distribution channel have to be selected. For non-perishable, the lengthy channels, the big channels can be adopted by the manufacturer. The next one is your nature of the product. What type of product it is. For different type of product, different type of distribution channels have to be adopted by the manufacturer. Next one is here technicality. For the technical goods, highly technical goods, the direct distribution is channels adopted by the manufacturer. Okay, for low technical means there is no technicality in the product, the longer or lengthier channel can be used by the manufacturer. Next one is a seasonality. Seasonal products also need different types of distribution channels. Next one here, variety offered. The product is having different variety. On that basis, the distribution channels will be adopted. Next one is a unit value of the product. The value of the product, single product value also affects this channel of distribution. If it is large value, high value product, high unit value of the product, the customer has to use the smaller distribution channels. For low value products, low unit value products, lesser unit value product, the larger distribution channels can be used by the manufacturer. The next one is here company specific factor, the factors related to the company. Here first of all, company's financial strength, the strength of the company, how the financially company is strong. If the company is financially strong, he can have his own retail outlet, his own distribution channel. But if the company is not financially so strong, that time he has to the company has to depend on the intermediaries. The next one is the extent of control desired. Whatever the control desired by the company, if the customer, if the manufacturer or the company needs full control over the product, full control over the marketing of the product, at that time he has to adopt his own channel of distribution. Means he has to, or he can sell the products directly to the customers. Next one here, reputation of the company. Reputed companies are having their own retail outlets. They are not going to adopt the different intermediaries involved. Next one is here, companies marketing policies. Whatever is mentioned in the company's policies, if this type of marketing channel has to adopt, then that as per the policies, the same marketing channels which is mentioned in the marketing policies, they have to adopt. Next one here, past experiences. Okay, the manufacturer has to see the past experience of the product. By adopting this channel, is having profitable one, or adopting, or they have to change the distribution channels. That past experience also affect the distribution, selecting the distribution channel. Next one is here, the factors related to the channel. The ability of the channels. Channels means here different intermediaries, but whether they are having the ability to sell the product in a profitable manner, means selling the product and convincing the customer whether they are having the ability or not. If they are having the ability, the manufacturer has to select those type of channels. Otherwise, the manufacturer are selling directly to the customers. The next one is financial strength of the channels. The manufacturer who is financially lack, or here financially not good, that time they are dependent on the intermediary. The intermediary itself is not financially strong. At that time, he has to, the manufacturer has to have his own retail outlets. Next one, ability to provide after sale services. Whatever the ability of the intermediaries to provide the after sale service, whether they are providing good services and the credit goes to the manufacturer, at that time these type of channels the manufacturer can adopt. Okay, those were the different factors. Now we can see a types of marketing intermediaries. What are intermediaries? What do you mean by intermediaries? Intermediaries mean these are the agents or middlemen who are between the manufacturer and the consumers in the different channels of channels of distribution. The different participants or members are called as intermediaries. Here the different intermediaries are classified. The types of marketing intermediaries: first one is your brokers or marketing agent, second one is wholesalers, third one is retailers. In these three categories, the total intermediaries are categorized. Okay, about the brokers and marketing agents and the retailers we'll see in the next video. Now we'll see with the wholesalers. Okay, the wholesalers are further divided into two parts. One is a full service wholesaler, second one is a limited service wholesaler. Full service wholesaler, by the name itself, the wholesalers who are providing all the type of services like financing, storing, okay, categorizing or assembling, everything, all the type of services are provided by the wholesalers. Limited service wholesalers means they are providing the limited services, only storing of the goods or only financing the goods, only advertising, like this. The different types of limited service wholesalers will be there. The next one is, what is wholesaling? Meaning of wholesaling. Wholesaling is buying or handling of products and services and their subsequent resale to institutional users and in some cases to final consumers. What is wholesaling is here? Wholesaler or wholesaling is buying or handling of the product and services and their subsequent resale. Very important here, in wholesaling the end user will not be there, means whatever the buying from the wholesaler is there, it is for the resale. Mainly from wholesalers, retailers are going to purchase. Okay, these retailers are not using for the products for their personal use, they are purchasing for the uh, resale to the end users. Okay, that is why wholesaling is handling of products and services and their subsequent resale to institutional users and some cases to the final consumer, where in some cases sometimes they are going to sell to the consumers also. Okay, importance of wholesaling. Wholesaling is significant aspect of distribution because of its impact on economy, its functions in the distribution channel, and its relationship with suppliers and customers. Wholesalers are acting as very important agent in the channel of distribution. Okay, because of their impact in the on the economy and its functions in the distribution channel, these wholesalers becoming the very important in the distribution channel. What are the functions of wholesaling? What are the functions the wholesalers do? The first one is here, enable manufacturers and service providers to distribute locally without making customer contact. Okay, here the wholesalers are selling the goods on behalf of the manufacturer, but without making customers contact. Okay, for two customers they are not having the direct contact, but they are selling the goods in the local market also. Okay, second one is here, provide a trained sales force. Wholesalers are having the trained sales force. They are having they are very trained persons to sell the goods. Next one is here, purchase larger quantities, thus reducing total physical distribution cost. As we know, wholesalers are purchasing the goods in bulk, in larger quantity from the manufacturer, and for that the distribution cost, the distribution physical distribution cost, whatever transportation cost will be there or anything, this cost is reduced because they are purchasing in the larger quantities. Next one is here, provide warehousing and delivery facilities. Some wholesalers are providing the warehousing facilities to the manufacturer producing the goods, manufacturing the goods, but warehousing of those goods are maintained by the wholesaler itself, and delivery facilities, delivering the goods to the retailers. Okay. Next one is here, provide marketing and research support for manufacturers, service providers, and retail or institutional consumers. They are not only providing the warehousing or delivery facilities, they are also indulged in the research activities. Provide marketing and research support for manufacturers. They are researching the market and giving the information, providing the information to the manufacturers. Okay, this was about the 3 sessions which we have discussed in this video. Hope you understand this. For the next sessions we'll have another video. Till then, thank you.